your address, and please limit your comments to no more than 3 minutes in length. Okay.
Tom Ratcliffe, 157 Devonshire Drive. As I just want to cover, just for the record, some of the things I went over in yesterday's meeting, if I can. I asked the board to consider looking at benchmarking opportunities, specifically looking at doing them with the city of Crossville and maybe their city council. Purpose of that is to discuss and talk about the transparency that Crossville affords its residents in what they do, how they conduct their business, look at ways of communication. And I also asked specifically to talk about how they handle their city manager, because the city manager's performance reviews are done by council. They are public. And they just went through that process in May, and they're actually put on their website. They believe really strongly in transparency among their residents. So that was the first point. Second point that I asked the board to consider is voiding the lots agreement. As board member, as Greg indicated that we could. The rationale behind that, you saw the communication that came out earlier about the lot strategy that the board is putting together. What they didn't tell you in that is that those lots that we took back, we're paying about $54,000 to the county in taxes. So just a reminder, the lot agreement that was passed essentially waived, forgave, if you will, the assessments that on the lots that the county took from us, or took back, excuse me, and we just basically got some goodwill out of it. What I'm asking is, let's try to take and get some of the tax money that we are paying on the lots that we take back. So void the agreement, restructure it, however that might be. Third point was in regards to a resident that came before this board in March, had some concerns about lighting in his neighborhood, safety concerns. He addressed the board, asked for their help. He's fairly new. No comments by the board at that time. Followed up in April myself, asked if the board had gotten back to him. There was nothing at all said. I met with him last week. Apologized, first of all, on behalf of the residents for how he was treated. I call it shameful, that he got no response when he took the time to come here, no response afterwards. So I asked the board in today's meeting to provide him a formal apology, as well as to put together what I would call a code of conduct and how residents will be treated when they address the board, come before the board, as well as Bob's staff, and how they will address resident concerns and so forth.
Okay, thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me make this statement on behalf of the board. First of all, we want to thank Tom for taking his time yesterday to share his lengthy comments on multiple topics with us. He expected that we would add those topics to yesterday afternoon's agenda, which already included 97 pages of documents, and we covered over 36 topics yesterday afternoon. We did give consideration to the comments that Tom made. However, the board has decided that none of the comments would cause us to change any of our current procedures, nor do we feel it necessary to revisit any of our previous actions. Okay. With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Okay.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion to adjourn is passed. We stand adjourned. Thank you.